I could go on for hours and hours without even going through the book of Genesis to show that it's based on the stars. And then every other book of the Old Testament and the so-called New Testament, all the way to Revelation, is based on the stars. So then the question was, what does that mean? And this gets into the question of, you're talking about the cults. And, I have to say that I'm in disagreement with some of the kind of truisms that are put out in the alternative community. Like, oh, there's this Saturn cult that, wants to take over the world. I do agree that there are people who have taken this and deliberately twisted it. And so the whole literalist Christian empire building religion, because it's a colonizing, empire building, subjugating religion that has gone around the world and subjugated other cultures and thrown out other traditions and said they're wrong. That is a solar cult. It is undeniable. Christmas is celebrated on the third day after the solstice at midnight for a reason, because it has to do with the motions of the sun. The moon is shown to be a central gear for the entire system. The moon is shown to be a central gear for the entire system. And in fact, the orbits of the other planets are synchronized with they're in ratios with the period of the moon. And why is that? Well, they all seem to be and there are clear impacts of the moon on our lives. I was surfing this morning. I figured the best way to prepare for the interview would be to go surfing. And the tide was high. And that has to do with not just the moon, but also the sun. The sun and the moon influence the tides. And the sun and the moon influence our bodies. And the sun and the moon influence everything that grows on our planet and everything that we eat.